Very good afternoon to one and all. So it's my great privilege, and I feel very happy to be resource person for this program, 5 days international FTP. So the past program, I really enjoyed a lot. I really liked the way the program was organized. So I'm really very happy to present today once again, and my hearty wishes and my congratulations to the convener, Anuradha ma'am, HOD Mathematics Department, and Dr. Karunagaran, CEO of Hindustan Institutions, and the principal, Dr. A. Punnasamy sir, for allowing us to be the resource person to this in this esteemed institution. And from my institution, PSG College of Arts and Science, I really thank my principal, Brinda ma'am, for allowing me to be the resource person to this program, and the vice principal sir, Mr. Anguraj. For every one of them, I really thank for today's session. So today the topic is about citation analysis. So I will start with the presentation now. Is the screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay,
I
thank you.
request all the participants kindly pin Manju yes to see her presentation. In a people list, you have two Manju yes. So if you want to see her presentation, kindly pin it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So the session, today's session is about the impact of your research using citation analysis. So how our impact on the research will be made, and the citation analysis, how to improve our citations first of all, and what is meant by citation indexing. All that I'd like to discuss today. So in general, what it is and what are the available tools for citation, all that. So it is not you have know what's everybody or the research people, they'll be using this word often, like citation. So this particular word means a lot for the researchers when we are while you are doing the research, or when you are about to complete your research, or during your post research. This particular word means a lot for us. It says how our research is important, in what way we are doing the research, not only with the quantity of the journal we publish or the work we do. So the quality is very important for our research, the author's quality of his work, and the journal also, the journal where you publish your article, that journal's impact is also very important, and the people's acceptance or the attention. So nowhere we can able to go and prove our work. So the only thing through which we can prove is citation. So the citation equal to the attention. So in the later part we will see that means we are getting attention to our research. So once for all, it is very much needed for us to get attention for our concepts. Otherwise, there is no use of doing research. In that way, this analysis, it makes an impact, and it's an quality of an article, not only the article, author, and the institution based on the author based, in the sense, even our institution also get high privilege if we are getting more citations out of our journal. So that is the main important thing in citation analysis. And the citer, that is the person who gets cited and who's going to cite our article. So both complement each other, that is vice versa. That is a small introduction about the citation, and I give you a review. So there are many tools, of course, for citation analysis. Mostly we will use the one which is shown in the screen now. The first one is the Web of Science, Scopus, and the Google Scholar. So out of these three, Google Scholar is very much user friendly. It is free. It is easily understandable. So all the theoretical disciplines, books, everything, books, journals, all the scientific articles, everything could be cited, displayed through this Google Scholar, and you can add manually. In Scopus in such a way, it gives more importance for the health sciences, physical sciences, social sciences, and the life sciences. In case of Web of Science, so it's Science Citation Index, Social Citation Index, Arts and Humanity Index. So the people may ask, so through which medium or through which tool may I go if it is for arts or science? So which is possible? Is this Web of Science is feasible or not? Scopus is feasible or not? So to be open, this Web of Science, sometimes these tools will be biased for language, not for the author or for the locality. For the language, it will be biased. In these two cases, the second option, Scopus, could be selected for as a tool. And for no normally and for the all purpose, you can use Google Scholar. It is free of usage. So the indexing is a main concept where the citations makes an article link with the other article for the working process. So I just want to show the person who invented this citation aspect, who called the name first. He only proposed Eugene Garfield, Dr. Eugene Garfield. He proposed the citation index in 1955, and slowly with the journal impact factor 1960, and mainly Institute of Scientific Information, ISI, and JCR. So the research people out there will know very well the concept of JCR. So he only, Eugene Garfield only mentioned or proposed the term citation index in 1955 itself. So it created now, as on now, it created a great impact. And he gave importance to Web of Science, because of the language all around the world. So mainly this Institute of Scientific Information, it has the databases comprising of SCI, all scientific science journals, and SSCI, social studies with citation indexes, and arts and humanities citation indexes, and it also supports multidisciplinary. With the Web of Knowledge and the Web of Science, where this Web of Knowledge will be integrated with the web-based environment, and ISI Web of Science is just like a library. It comprises of nearly 3,500 journals odd, with the citation SCI index journals of 1,500 around, and weekly updation will be done, and wherever it is possible, the print library is also available. That is with the web-based content, and with the Web of Science, it goes with the multidisciplinary actions. So why citations are important? I started in the introduction itself. I mentioned a word called attention. So that is a mode of a respect or the payment or the benefit which is provided for our work. So once our work or a journal gets cited, we feel very happy that our work is recognized a lot. So here we don't talk about the money or the thing. The main money is not the motive in this way. So our research is very much helpful all throughout, and also the success is also calculated for our research only through this citations. And with the citation databases, so the three, as I mentioned in the overview itself, the first three things is Web of Science, Scopus, and Google Scholars. You may have other tools also, but if you want to get published, or if you want to get recognized out world around, or through the medium on the web, so it's very much important to get cited in these databases, Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar as a third one. So this particular graph shows the WOS, that is Web of Science and Scopus coverage of total records, and the percentage of the journals covered in the areas. And Web of Science, it nearly covers 9,000 journals titles with books, and the electronic backing files is also available. Mainly it is known for its coverage in all the science, social science, arts and humanity areas. As I mentioned a word called biased, it is because of the language. And mainly it is known for the disambiguity in the tool. Means not in the, as a confused state, it will be very clear about the citations and with the author name and the journal name. And here, if you want to know, I'll say how the H index and the I10 index is calculated later. In case of Web of Science, we often used to just mean Thomson routers. The Thomson routers, when we say the word Web of Science, it comes often. So here, if you want to get into the search, you have to go to the citation report, and you can type manually. That is with the author. Either author search is possible, journal search is possible. So all kind of manual search is possible with Web of Science. Once your journal or your author author of the article is get indexed, definitely you can see through in the H index. And with the Scopus, you can take as an alternative for the ISI. This is the next level of Web of Science. Here you can find around 15,000 to 16,000 journals have been published, open access. Most of the open access journals with peer-reviewed journals will be indexed in Scopus, and the proceedings also. And mainly it is excellent for the biological sciences. And when compared to Web of Science, it is not that much suitable for social sciences and the arts. It is very much useful for the science medium. And for the searching of publications and the citation indexes, sometimes I feel that it will be clumsy, but in the viewing author field, I will show during the working process how to check your journal in Scopus, how it is indexed, and how to find the H index. I will show you. So nearly 5,900 journals in life and health sciences, 4,500 in chemistry, physics and engineering field, 2,500 in the biological, agricultural, environmental aspects, and 2,700 in social sciences, psychology and economics. And here in Scopus, you have to search for the author. Automatically, the H index will be calculated, and it is tracked, and it will be placed near by the author. So when I show it in the screen, you will understand when we get into the Scopus database. So when the author name is typed, when that author is located, after that, definitely you will be see the citations nearby. If the particular author has citation, you will be able to see. Otherwise, you will not be able to see the H index for the particular author. And the best one and feasible one, user friendly, is the Google Scholar. Mostly it covers all throughout the web, all the references, books, whatever you publish on the web. It is very easy for you to locate. Or one more option is you can type it manually. If you won't find in the web also, you can type it manually. So there is no limitations in case of the manual entry. So all the citations, like in case of Google Scholar, you have H index and I10. So something called I10 also. I'll tell what's the difference between H index and I10 index. So this is with the three important databases: Web of Science, Scopus, and the Google Scholar. And the impact, so in what way our research is going to get impacted, how our citations are going to get analyzed, measured, and how the reporting is done, and what is the necessity, or what are all the needs to be getting into the citation analysis. First, you have to build your profile properly, and as a last thing, boosting citations. I'll tell you how to boost the citations also. So this is with the thing. After that, we will see how to start the Google citation analysis. Means for the new persons. So those who have already, the tips will be seen in this booting citation, how to improve your citation. So those who haven't done any citation analysis so far, we will see sample of Google. And the first and three level of impacts, so excuse me, three level of impacts have to be checked here. And one more is also there, that is institution level. So for our thing, the main basic thing is article level impact, journal level impact, and the author level impact. So article level impact is the one you can see in the screen. So for a particular journal titled with the author, so the journal name, the human evaluation, so how many citation for are achieved for that article, and average number of citation per year and per paper. So here either you can use Web of Science or the Google Scholar. So in this screen, especially the Web of Science is shown for the citations. So this Web of Science showing at the right hand corner, it is showing for this particular journal of human evaluation how the citation is being calculated. And the right hand side corner, the next one, you can find the arrow here. So you can find the yellow color. In yellow color, so with this, we can see who's citing our article, all that. Analysis results have been shown at the right hand side. So how many times it is cited? For example, it is shown as number 40. Human evaluation. You can find the journal name also. And exactly you can check the volume number, issues, page number, all that have to be checked. And the average citation per year is also shown. Average citation per year. So that is also very, very important. Total and the average will be calculated. So that calculation, I'll tell you. And here in Google, it's very simple. When you search out for an article, you can find below the journal itself. So when yours is located in Google Scholar, so the minimum citation or the indexing should be Google Scholar. At least our journal or article should be in Google Scholar. So then only you can improve our citation here. So in the red colored block, you can find the citation cited by one. And the next one, you can see more than 1,000 citations. So how can we report when we address our reference or our work in the article level? So with the help of the author name and the paper name and the journal name, we can include or you can report like how many citations that particular paper has been achieved. And source also you can mention and the year. The same way, the second sample, let it be 1 or 2. So getting one itself is very much it is not that easy to get even a single citation. So if you get it, it is very good for you to report it in the article level. Journal level impact, the main matrices for calculating journal level impact is the main metrics for the journal is journal impact factor, JCR. So that is Thomson Reuters. Wherever some matrices or the JCR, the impact level to be achieved, so the subscription has to be paid for these kind of Web of Science articles or the journal levels, and those journals have to pay the periodic journals or half-yearly, whatever. So some subscription has to be paid. And next is SCI journals, that is for free. So where you can check out the journal names in the Scopus or other Web of Science. Sometimes it is made free, and with the SNP source normalized Scopus, Elsevier. So definitely the subscription you need to pay to access that journals. And Google Scholar is the one, it is free forever. So till now it is free for Google Scholar matrices. You can access all the journals. The impact factor is the main average calculated for the journal. So the number of times an article for a journal which is published in the past 2 years. So based on that, the index, citations, and the impact factor will be calculated for the journal. So you need to specify the year, from which year to the next year. So based on the past 2 years, the index, the impact factor of the journal will be calculated. So the average calculated for past 2 years, which is shown being cited with the JCR for the journal Human Evolution. The same example for the Journal of Human Evolution. So the impact factor is 3.8 something. That is for 2 years. And if you take for 5 years for the same journal, that is average number of times articles been published in the past 5 years. That is also cited with the help of JCR. This is highly shows the impact of the journal. So it shows a high impact of the journal. So 4.2. And it is very prestigious also to increase the value of the journal through impact factor. So basically it starts with 5 years and a minimum 2 years. Till 2 years, the impact factor will be calculated. So likewise, the journal's report, citation reports have to be analyzed. So before we publish our article in the particular journal, this is how we need to check the impact factor through JCR. This is a sample screen for the journal Human Evolution. So you can find at the top how the impact factor has to be found. And the calculation, the year calculation is kept at the being seen at the left corner. That also it is visible. So this is the way you need to check the impact factor. For example, the SCI journals, journal rankings for SCI. So it will be available for all the journals. So it is an indicator measure for the scientific influence. So before publishing our article, we need to check with the journal rankings. And in case of Google Scholar for the metrics, you will use H5 index for journals alone. So this H5 index, so it just one sample is given here. So the 15, for example, H index of 15, the values are shown at the top for H5 and median. What's meant by H5 median? So it means that it is published 15 articles in the last 5 years that have 15 or more citations, more than 15 and above citation it must be having. So then only the index, the 15 value for H5 index I am talking about. If suppose it is 15, for example, I am saying the minimum it publishes 15 articles. So this medium number of citation will give the article that is visible for this H5 indexes, that is valid for the H5 indexes, will be supported by the H5 median. So this particular H5 is particularly for journal, not for the authors. And how to calculate the H index? It's like a performance measurements which is used to describe the productivity of the researcher. This is author level impact. Just now I said, so those H5 or H median. So as we are at the author stage, we are not very much concerned about the journal, but the journal for their improvement in the case of productivity or quality. So it should come under H5 index and the H median. For our author level impact, our H index has to be improved. So the large number of papers has to be indexed. Then only we can get the citation in H index. So the 30, one example can view in the screen. So 30, that the author has published 30 articles that have been cited 30 times. H index, when that H index will go 30 means a particular journal have to be cited by 30 people. So then only you can get the value of H index of 30. So the person who is seen on the screen, E. Irish, so with this name, the first letter, only the H index has started. He only proposed the index quantity, H index, for this individual scientific research outputs. So he is Professor George E. Irish. So here in the sample, researcher, you can, if you make a comparison with the researcher A or B, so if you think that researcher A has published more journals, and if he wants to achieve H index, no, it is not possible, because the number of times the citation have to be increased. So in that case, researcher B has a very good index because it relies on the citation of our paper. So it is not compared with the number of publications. So our citation has to be increased. So then only we can get the high impacted citations and we can improve the citations. So we can find our citation H index through these three databases. Already I discussed what are the three important databases we have for citations as tools. In authors, when you select a particular author not on CJ, so in the nearby procedures, you will be having H index. If you just click on it, we can find the H index value of the articles which is being published by the author. So right hand corner, you can see the times cited 58, 40, 40, something like that. So only thing is our article has to be published or it has to be stored in the database in the Web of Science. So once you go and the search or sort by the author or by the journal, so definitely we can locate our journal, and in the sideways we can also find our H index. The meaning is how many times a particular article has been cited by the other researchers. This is the chart as per the year. So the average range H index, this when I work with Google Scholar, I will show how it is calculated. So the average for H index is calculated as 11. So, but other citation value may be increased in 2010. You can find how many journals has been published, but that is not the thing. So a particular article has to be published many times. So based on that, the average range will be calculated. Then what is the meaning of H-ITEN index? The number of publications with at least 10 citations. At least one particular article should have 10 citations. If it has 10 citations, definitely we can have value of 1. 1 into 10. So one article, 10 citations, we can achieve the value of I10. So likewise, for all our articles, we should get at least 10 citations. So we can improve our I10 also. So it is simply measured with the help of Google Scholar. So while in the working process, I will show it, how it is calculated. So it is very easy to calculate, but thing is I10 is used only in Google Scholar. So Google Scholar working process, you have to get into the My Citations. So this I will show in during the working process in online. So you need to select the author, that is our name properly from the institutions. And this is a sample profile which is shown in the screen. So don't bother about the name or the university or the country. So this is a sample profile, Google Scholar profile for citations. You can see the citation indices at the right hand side. As I said, the total number of citations, so which is given for all the articles. For example, she has published 1 to 20 articles, suppose. So she is having more than 2000 or 2300 odd citations, but H index only 21. So that is based on the article cited number of times, that is average citation. And I10 index, you can see 30. So the number of publication with at least 10. So you can find 30 articles out of it with I10 index. This is a sample. So you need to, for this, you have, in order to check your analysis using this tool, first you have to get into the My Citation and you have to create the Google profile first. Then next step is to add one by one, adding your articles. You can also add your books. Any research articles, you can add it here. In Google, it is very much possible with books, articles, all that. So next step is to add the articles. And if you want editing purpose, for editing purpose, the next step, then you can save it. So if you have any articles which is available in Google Scholar through the journal conferences, you can add it manually also. So here you can add it manually. So this option is specially for article which is to be added manually. So in this case, you can export the journal also. You can export, you can delete. So where the visibility is through title, you can see cited by 16 and the year. In what way you want to project your profile, you can show it through manage option. And this building profile, already I've seen many databases in order to improve your publications, visibility, citations. So you need to have many social networking sites to be signed in for with the list of publication for track records. Then only you can find the citation alerts. If your particular journal article has been cited, this ResearchGate or Mendeley, you might have you are aware of these databases already. So through this, we can get the alert for our citations of the articles. So these have a very much impact on the our research purpose. This ResearchGate, it is highly recommended. The impact story, Mendeley Academia, and SSRN. This ResearchGate, so frequently it gives a score whenever you add your article. So, and it locates also with the same name, it locates and it gets lot of security questions. And until it confirms that particular author is so and so, it won't add the article. And whenever you add your publications, other questions, a percentile or the percentages will be calculated and it will be updated on the top of Research Scholar. So this is a sample I'm just showing for if you go on with building your social networking sites. This is how we can get recognized. Many peoples will be watching us, many researchers. So they can access when if you publish your article with open access facility, definitely you can get our citation in more numbers. So how to achieve our citation with higher values? So when compared to Web of Science or Scopus, so we need an article publishing in that particular databases, so that only you can find the author name, the author name. Otherwise, we can find the journal name. But main important purpose is we have to create a profile in the Google Scholar. And in OrchidID, there also you can try, and other all social networking sites you can try. And open access is the main thing we have to do. So without this open access technique, it is very much hard to achieve our citations. And other repositories, where in the institutional repositories you can share your journal. So nowhere they can definitely the plagiarism aspect has been checked. But unless or otherwise we share our article properly through these mediums, through these websites, networking sites, it is not that easy to get a citation indexes for our journals. So we should be very careful, and we should locate the area where we are going to share our article in these databases or forums to achieve our citations. So this is with my presentation. Now I will show you the sample presentation for a Google Scholar citations, and how to search the author name and H-index, find the H-index in Scopus as a sample working process. Google Scholar citations. So for this, you need one Gmail account. So only with the help of Gmail account, you can create this analysis. So the site is a bit slow, sorry. So it's already into my profile, my account. I think it is visible at that right corner. So it is showing my mail ID, MAJU0614. So with this way, you have to get into this Google Scholar. So if you want to get into the new account, add account. So already I've been using 2 accounts. So one more if you want, you can. For a new analysis, I want to show the with new ID. So here you can type your ID first. So it will be asking for the password. So now it has been different thing. Here you can go for my profile. So it is by default with my name. So in these places, you have to type your name, your particular name, affiliations as professor or assistant professor, and any other email for verification, your area of interest, and whether you have websites, you can give, and you give next. So you need to complete all these particulars. Then it will be showing the next screen with your name. So what are all the articles you have published? So that will be shown with this name. You can search by the name. So for example, I am just having, yes, I give my name now. So you can find my articles being shown here. So it may be mine with the person who's with the same similar name. So we should able to locate our journal articles. So if it is not your journals, it is you are not supposed to add it. Suppose, for example, this is my article. I select this. So you can give done. So I have just located my name and the sample article. So you can see the total citations by the year right from 2017 and the number of citations, H index, I index. So I saw one of you asked about H index, I index. I'll come back to you definitely. I'll just clear your doubt. So this is how you have to locate. So in profile, I just left the affiliation and the verification email ID. As this newly I created, so I don't want to give and it may lead to an ambiguity for my profile. That's why I didn't give affiliation and the verification mail ID. So when you create your profile, you can add your profile picture. So apply your name. If you want to make any editing process, you can go with the affiliation again. After that, you will not, this particular icons will not be shown at the top. And the article, so you can merge if you want, delete and export. So all these options are possible. So either you can group it, you can add the articles. These are all the available options. Manually you can do it, any updations.
So you want to move into trash, that is also possible. So all the number of articles will be shown here. So here you can find the total number of citations, 71. If for one particular citation, you can see the value as 3. Now the H index value is 3 for a sample. Because here we can find the citation for 3 articles. Whereas the H index value is only 2. That is because at least the article has to be cited 10 times. So the first article and second article has proceeded with more than 10. So only 2. Even though the third article has 7 citations, so the H10 index cannot be increased. So only more than 10, the citations, the H10 value will be increased. I think I made clear. And here, if there are any co-authors, for example, your guide and yourself, that will be shown. A sample, my profile, I will show you. So this is for creation of your profile for Google citation analysis. So here, the graph will show from the beginning year. So right from 2017, it is showing 17, 18, 19, like that. So if you start the article, so you need to search by the year also. If you want to give the complete collection of the article, so you have to the complete collections, you have to give the exact year while searching for the title. So if you want to add the articles, again you have to give add articles. That is a procedure to add further. So you can move on from the years history, like from 2017, 18, 19, the current articles. So you can search and you can get it with the help of add articles. If you want to add manually, you can type your journal name, your article name, page number, all that manually. So this is how we just selected the articles before. Here you can see your profile, the matrices and the settings. So profile, so that is what we generated first with your profile photo. You can upload it as we do for other sites. So I was talking about the article which could be added manually. I just want to show the screen, that's all. So in the first option, the journal itself is available where you type your name, and based on your name, the articles have been shown. In this case, you have to type the title. So if you are doctorate or with your initials, you can give the title and the author name. And the publication date, exactly has to be mentioned. And the journal name. The volume number, just for sample, I give some number. Issue, pages, so this we could do it manually. Once if you give OK, so this particular information will also get added into your profile. As the network is a bit slow, it is taking much time. So this is how we are going to add the journals manually. I just show the options. So configure article updates. If you in future, if you just publish any journal articles, so that could be seen with the help of updates. So all the options I have explained in this Google Scholar mostly. So this citation values will be updated. So once you add the article newly, so in order to get the updated citation values, you have to add the articles. Then only you can view the citation for that particular article, because it is not going to get end with this limited values. Definitely the articles, if go on adding the articles, these values, H-index values and item values will be increased. So the first one is a maximum citation which you got in all the articles that will be shown in citations. But I said the necessity of improving the H-index value and item index. In order to improve our quality of research, we need to increase H-index and item. Then only we will know how much useful our research is to the society. So it is the largest number of publications which is shown in H index. So that is the largest number H, which shows at least new citations in the last 5 years with the values, and I-10 value, as I said, minimum it needs 10 citations per journal, per article. Now I'll show the sample profile. This is just for your explanation. So I'll show how it has been added, exactly how the profile will be if it goes through the number of years. So I just shift to the other account. So this is an account which I have already created. This is, I'm just showing my profile now. So I didn't co-authors, as I have published with the help of my guide, Dr. M. Punithavalli. So even I can find in co-author her name also. I will show her citations also. She's the senior most person. So you can find the number of citations, H-index, item values, how it has been increased. So I tried my level best, and somehow I managed to include all these in under my name, my articles, books, all that, the listing. So when you create your own profile, it should be seen like this, with the photo, with the name, with the address where you work and all. Your ID has to be checked, your email ID with the domain, and your area of expertise. So that could be added. 1 or 2 you can add. So which year wise it has been ordered, and the citation is listed here. So H-index mine, you can see how it is calculated. So for me, only 10 exits only one particular journal. So I'm getting only 1 for H-index, HI10. So likewise, I should get 10 for more. As I get more number of 10s, this item will be improved. So for a sample, I am showing this particular profile also. So here you can find many articles being listed. So more number of citations, as well H-index value, and I-10 when it is passed more than 10. So you can just calculate and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10, 10, 10, 10 is also there. So all that will be included, and all throughout H10 value is 16 for this profile. So this is a sample. So this page you can show it for your profile purpose or a career or all that. So this is how you calculate the H index value, I-10 index value using this Google Scholar tool. I will show you how to check your article with citations in Scopus. One sample I will show for Scopus. So it is branded by Elsevier citations. So I think we all struggle a lot to get site indexed in this Scopus. Here it shows the H index value nearby the author name itself. So here everything is user friendly actually in Google Scholar. So all that is shown in single page. You can refer to your title, your name, your reference, your index, graph, all that will be shown. In Scopus, you can go through with the help of journal name, or you can use the author name also. So you can type the author name and you can find out your journal article, as well the index, H index, you can find out with the help of Scopus. Here you can find the author profile. So I'm going to locate the article with the help of author profile. You have to give the last name and the first name. If there is any affiliations, you can give with the search word. Otherwise, simply give the author name and give search. So immediately you will be able to list the author by the name which you give as with the first name and the last name, with the number of documents which is added in the Scopus. So other informations will be listed side by side, affiliations, where the particular person belongs to, which city, country, all that, and you can find the H index. So H index metrics alone is provided by the Scopus. So it is not mandatory that it has to provide H10. H10 is specifically for Google Scholar. So it is not same for the other databases. So here it is H index. So totally it adds 6 for this particular author. Sometimes we may have a H index, we may not have H index. So the most important thing is our article has to be published within Scopus. Then only we can see this profile, this content with the H index value. So we may not have H index value in Scopus, but we may have an article, but it is not mandatory that we must have H index value. To the least, at least we should try to bring our paper inside this database, Scopus. Then when the year goes, based on the citations, our H index value will be listed. So sometimes we may not have the H index value. So now I gave my name now. So it is showing more as I didn't give any affiliation or any particular keyword, it is not able to locate it easily. So it takes much time to locate the particular author. So if I give affiliation, for example, my affiliation or the author's affiliation properly, so exactly you can locate the article. So not only with the name, if you give the affiliations clearly, so you will be able to locate the author in very specific way. You can give some affiliations and you can search. In that case, the affiliation achieved author will be listed in the search list with the H index value. So here it shows the result for the particular affiliation and for the article and the number of documents it is being shown here. So this is with the Scopus indexing database. So two samples which we use most frequently, I have introduced for you today, Scopus, and the other one is Google Scholar. So once you make your citations, you can just make it public. For example, I'm giving my name. So you can make your profile public. So if it is made public, it will be taken directly to that page, your citation page. So you can, if you type your name with Google Scholar, definitely you will be able to reach to that particular page. So when it is made public only, you can view it directly. Not only you, all the researchers could see our H index value, I10 value. First of all, we must try to get citations first. Then slowly we can move on to H index, I10 index value. And it is not necessary that we must have, if you have more number of citations, then your H index, I10 index will not be increased. You can just show the count of your citation. That is really, it will be very good and we'll get a very good feel, and we will feel like a great achievement for our research work. But the thing in Google Scholar is we should be able to increase the H index value and I10 index value also. So if you make public, you can view your Scholar citations in the Google search engine itself in front. If you type your name, you will get it. And if you want to check out with the articles, open access, the purpose of open access is this one. So when I able to find the article in this way only, I will be able to use the article for citation. For example, one article. So this is how, if it is made open access, definitely it is visible through Google search engine. So it is easy for us to achieve the citation. If you don't make it open access, it is not possible for us to get the citation. Otherwise, we can buy our paper, we can download it. At least we can upload it in these search engines, so that we should make available to the other scholars or the authors to use our paper. This particular journal, it shows the impact factor, all that. So here we should able to make, or we should allow them to download for getting the citations. In this way, we can add in the research gate, as I explained in the PowerPoint. So that is the only way to achieve our good citations using either any Google Scholar. We can just check out our citations using Google or Scopus or Web of Science. So when it is made open access, so it is very easy for us to achieve the citation. The three major citation analysis I said. Impacts, 3 levels of impact citations. H index, it just calculates the performance, the productivity for author level. And for I-10 index, so 10 times it has to be cited, the same. So all this Google citation procedures I explained online. I showed the sample profiles also. This is what I want to show. If you do it in ResearchGate, so highly our journals articles will be recognized and it will be cited. Mostly it will be cited. You just make it open access in these databases, so that you can highly achieve your citation, can improve your index value also.